All right, gentlemen and ladies, you're welcome to today's class. Okay, today I'm going to be reminding you of a very interesting topic that we must have all learned during our secondary school days. Be it any kind of secondary school, the mushroom schools, an average Nigerian secondary schools, but it can be any of them. But something in me tells me that okay, like virtually a good percent of Nigerian students must have come across this topic. So why did I choose to bring it your way today again? It's not because you have not been taught. No. It's not because you are getting anything wrong about it. No. But I feel like there is actually more you can do to this particular topic. So why not pay attention as we dive into the business? All right? I've been ever great. Let's go there. The topic is figure of speech. Everybody say that now. Figure of speech. 1, 2, go. Figure of speech. Okay, now let's go. When you talk about figure of speech, I believe virtually majority of us can mention like about 5, 10, 12, 15 of them already. Okay, so let's quickly remind ourselves. We have the light of simile, metaphor, personification, oxymoron, euphemism, metonym, hyperbole, antithesis, synecdoche, paradox, climax, anticlimax, assonance, alliteration, apostrophe, irony. You understand? So just name them, all right? We have a whole lot of them. Okay, so we are going to be taking this particular topic. We are going to be treating this topic bit by bit. We are not going to rush anything. Calm down. I'm going to be doing this video in parts. All right, this is the first part, the first episode of this particular topic. So do me well to comment for the next part in the comment section. Okay, just do that and I will gladly bring the second part. All right, I'll bring it to you. Okay, now let's dive into the business. What is the essence of this figure of speech in question? What is the essence? I mean, we understand how crazy this whole idea of figure of speech can be, especially when you're using them in a sentence. It feels almost like something abstract. It feels like something that doesn't really exist in the real world. You understand? But you and I know, that it beautifies your sentence. It has that vibes that make your sentence so unique. It makes it very, very classy. Sounds more like an intellectual kind of person, like somebody that has a very, very high IQ. When you speak, it makes you different. It makes you very unique. It makes your statement by your sentences, makes them very, 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 very top notch. Okay, so from what I have said already, that being said, I believe you should be able to know why we have to actually adopt the use of this figure of speech. Okay, it can beautify your sentences. Number one, makes you unique. It gives you that unique vibe. It makes you sound different from the layman around you. Right? You understand? Makes you sound with class, more of class. You understand? Very classic. Okay, so we can't afford to ignore them when it's necessary, when it's called for. So pay attention. We know the light of simile now. It's just your direct comparison. This is as this as that. This is like that. You understand? For instance, it's as simple as ABC. It's as dirty as a pig. You understand? Okay, like pardon, it's an indirect comparison. Okay, is as this as that. While your metaphor, okay, your metaphors are the direct comparison. Direct comparison. Okay. Now, another word for this your metaphor can be your idioms. Okay, because when you are comparing something directly without having to use like, as, and all of that, it means you are beginning to sound kind of weird. Imagine you calling someone like, instead of you saying you are as dirty as a pig, you now come straight to tell the person that you are a pig. Is that not crazy? And that's the beauty of it. You are a pig. You are a lion. You are trying to express the strength of that fellow now. You be like, you were a lion in that fight. Oh, Ago. Okay, you understand now? You understand where the beauty of this whole thing is coming from. So, subsequently, we are going to be treating this figures of speech step by step, bit by bit, like I already said from the onset. Okay, so you know your metaphor now. Direct comparison. Instead of saying you are as dirty as a pig, which is your simile, you say you are a pig. Instead of you saying you are as brave as what is brave, let's say, whatever, you know what is brave, think of it. Don't come and over stress me. Okay, instead of you to say life, let me not come up with some kind of motivational quotes that I cannot, you understand. Okay, so I believe it's just more of reminder. This topic today is more of reminder. You and I know that we've done this before, but why I'm trying to bring back your interest to this thing is specifically because of the idiomatic expressions, which when we use in our sentence, it makes it very, very, you understand. So you know your personification now when you give human qualities to inanimate objects. Okay, oxymoron, when you place contrasting or contradictory ideas side by side in a sentence. Imagine you saying something like, you are a holy sinner. Who does that? Does it make sense? How can you be holy and be a sinner at the same time? Okay, now imagine you saying, it's such a painful laughter. Something is painful and it's laughter. How now? Imagine you saying, you are such, okay, let's say women are necessary evil. I'm sure women are going to come for me for that. All right, women are coming for me for that. Okay, I feel like this video is getting too long already. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to do the main objective of this topic. Why I decided to bring this topic up, I'm going to do it in the next video just now. Comment part 2 in the comment section, and then Alpha, drop your favorite part of the whole figure of speech stuff. You understand? While you were in secondary school, try and rewind, try and recall. What was your favorite part of it? Which of them? Is it euphemism, oxymoron, personification, metaphor, simile, and whatever? Just rewind. Let's keep the comment section lively, active. See you on the next one. I have been ever great. Bye. Ciao.